Hey, before we get started, I just want to say thank you to Potensic for giving me several of these to give away to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these away during my First Friday live stream, first Friday of every month starting January 2022. I have 6 of them, and so I'll be giving away 6 over the course of 6 months. So if you want to win one of these, just tune in to First Friday on the first Friday of the month on Ready, Set, Drone on YouTube, and we'll be giving one of these away each first Friday for the next 6 months. If you haven't already hit subscribe, please do, because we do a lot of videos about toy drones, camera drones, FPV drones, and other RC stuff, and you'll really enjoy it. So you should definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we have a new video out. So Potensic sent me this, full disclosure. They have sent me things in the past. This is the latest one they've sent me. It is a little line of sight flyer. Would make a great stocking stuffer or gift for a kid. You know, a lot of people start off flying drones with one of these things. They get it, they love how it can fly around the room and how they can actually control it pretty precisely, and they get very excited about it. That's what happened to me. And so if you're looking for something that'll get you started, or you want to give it to a kid as a gift, or just something to goof around with indoors, these little guys are a good choice. Now this is the A22. It has ducted props, and it has sort of cages around them. It comes with some Potensic stickers. We'll do a little unboxing here and then we'll fly it. There's the directions. It's a pretty thick user manual because I think it's in multiple languages, but you don't really need it. There's not that much to it. One of the things I also like about Potensic is they aren't afraid to release little quads that don't have cameras and don't have apps. This does not have a camera and it does not have an app. And actually, I really like that because it's super simple. It's tiny and it flies right out of your hand if you're not careful. Here's the remote control, which comes in a box. It's, thank you. It's got a little LED on the front of it, and that LED lights things up as it's flying along. That is the front. The back is where the power button is, and then it's got 4 ducted propellers that have pretty thin propeller guards, and I actually like that because it's going to be less weight and give you more flight time. And you're going to need less weight because the batteries for this thing, the little 1S batteries that come with it, are pretty tiny. You can see right here they're in the bag. There's 2 of them. I always like it when they include 2 batteries, and Potensic usually does, which is nice. They charge via USB, and so you just take them out. You've got your USB charger right here. These are pretty common. You plug the battery into the USB charger. There is a little slot, so you want to make sure to plug it in the right direction. Don't force it. If it's not going, then you might have it the wrong way. Yeah, that's it right there. I just got it plugged in, and then when I plug this in, it will probably turn red. There's a little red LED, and when the battery is fully charged, the LED will turn green. Now, the remote control comes out of the box and has 2 sticks. It's generally set up, if you're in North America, it's set up in mode 2, which means that this stick, which is the left stick as you're facing it, is your throttle up and down, and your yaw, which is rotation like this. And this stick is your pitch, which is where it pitches forward and flies forward, and your roll, which is where it rolls to the side. Now, you can do different rates on this, where it'll fly at a very easy pitch, so it doesn't go very fast, and you can control it a little better if you're just learning, or a medium pitch where it pitches more and goes a little faster, both in the pitch and roll direction. And then finally, in a third thing where it pitches the most and goes the fastest. When you get better at it, you'll find that that third rate is actually your friend because it's the easiest to fly in. It's most responsive. And then finally, it has a thing called Headless Mode. And in Headless Mode, you push down that button, and basically, doesn't matter which way the drone is oriented. Whenever you push the pitch or roll away from you, it'll go away from you, and when you pull it towards you, it'll go towards you. When you go left, it'll go to your left, and when you go right, it'll go to your right. When you're not in headless mode, things can be reversed, and it can be a little more complicated. I'm actually not a big fan of headless mode because I think it teaches you bad habits and doesn't really teach you how to fly. You really have to learn that if you look at where the light is, the light's in the front, so if it's coming towards you and you push the stick right, it's going to go to your left because it's backwards. So let's get the batteries on the charger and take it up for a flight. All right, so we got the little 1S battery charged right here. There are 2 of these, but the other one is now charging. And I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 AAA batteries into the remote control. All right, so we've got the remote on. I'll just turn it off for a second. Put the battery in here. Now this battery door latch is a little tricky. You have to kind of push on this little tab and open it. And then the amount of room in here is a little bit tight, but that's how they always are. All right, and then you got to kind of figure out how to put the cable in and close it up. And there you go. So that's good. And then you really want to set it down on a flat surface when you turn it on, because that's when the accelerometers and gyroscopes calibrate. Turn it on, give it a second, push the left stick up, down, up. So down and in will spin the props and also stop them. As you can see, there's a cool little LED light show that's going on the top, which is kind of neat. And then if you want to set your rate to a higher rate, you push the button that has the little speedometer looking thing. So that's rate 2, the 2 beeps. Rate 3, which is your fastest. Rate 1 is your tamest. I prefer rate 3 just because it gives you the most control. And we'll go ahead, and you can see also that LED in the front gives you directional orientation. So not using headless mode, you can tell which way is front by just looking where that light is, which is pretty bright, especially here in a dark room like this. So let's go ahead and get it up. As I said, I'm in rate 3. Just try to hover it here for a second. And I think if you wanted to trim it, you use a little trim button. So right now it's drifting back and right. So I'm gonna try and trim it left a little bit. Yeah, it's doing better. Doing okay with the altitude hold. Still drifting right. I'm pushing the left trim button to see if I can trim it left. And then of course to do a flip, you push down the right stick, you kind of push the right stick in, and then you tell it which direction you want it to flip. So like I'll flip forward, I'll flip left, I'll flip right, and I'll flip backwards. Wonder if it'll do a diagonal flip. Let's see if it'll do a diagonal flip. Not really. Looks like that kind of went forward. But fun. Doesn't lose a lot of altitude on the flips either. A lot of these quads, when they flip, they'll drop way down, but this one seems to do okay. And then if you put it in headless mode, you hold down the little steering wheel looking thing, and then no matter which way you turn it, it also, see how the light's blinking? That tells you it's in headless mode. So if I push it towards the camera, it's gonna go towards the camera. If I pull it back towards me, it's gonna come back towards me. It doesn't matter which way it's facing in headless mode. But if I put it in normal mode, where the light stops blinking, then you have to pretty much know that it's gonna, pushing forward, it's gonna follow that light. And then if you wanna try and do this, be careful, but actually, it's pretty good for that because those things are very flexible. If you're looking for a cool little indoor, probably indoor mostly because I don't think it's strong enough to go outdoors. Lightweight, very safe, guarded because it has the ducted propellers. Beginner quad for a kid or an adult to learn how to fly on. This is a great choice. It's really well made. The lights are cool on it. I have several Potensics, and generally when I have these things, I like their simplicity and I like how much fun they are to fly, especially for beginners. I'd love to hear your thoughts about little toy drones like this in the sub $50 category. Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone.